Hello my lovelies, and you join me about to undertake a cheeky trip to work because I can't resist it. I'm in the V6. It's kind of a little tradition that first night of a new car I take it to work, show it to the lads. They pretend to be interested. They probably all look the same to them. But just a chance to assess the car when I'm not in a rush, when it's not pouring with rain, when the motorways aren't going mad. It is nice. Okay, here we go. Oh, don't make that noise. There we are. Immobiliser. Ah, there we are. Okie dokie. It's a very nice auto box. Not at all jerky. Hello, you lot. That Audi's been parked there for a while now. The driving position is nice and familiar. The stereo is really annoying. Again, it's a fabulous stereo, but it's just so the wrong colour. How are we doing for fuel? Oh, enough to get us there. Very sensitive to road surfaces. I mentioned last night that the car does tramline quite noticeably, and yeah, it gets unsettled when the surface is uneven. That's a nice noise, isn't it? The driving position is extremely comfortable for me. That's one of the things that I liked very much about HJ, the Honourable HJ Rover, my former 45. Oh, I've got a little bit more petrol now, that's nice. Standard Rover petrol gauge takes a while to achieve its most optimistic position. How has today been? I woke up feeling like I was trying to recover from an autopsy. I had a panic because my Facebook account was locked, and I had an email saying your Facebook account has been hacked, blah 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 blah. So that was a real panic and kind of disturbed what should have been a nice restful morning. Not a problem, as it turned out. Of course, when I actually was hacked, which was a little while ago now, I found out that the reason for the hacking, the purpose of it, if you like, was to open an advert account under my profile and run Facebook business ads, which of course I was in theory paying for. I mean, I hadn't paid for any, but I was owing money. So of course I reported this, and it's taken them about 10 days to action it, and that's what it was all about. The adverts team have had a look and said, yes, you've been hacked. We'll, you know, you don't owe us any money. We can see that, blah blah blah. But part of all of that is that is that I had to once again go through all of the recover your account and make it secure business that I'd already done previously, but because it was marked as hacked by a different team, I had to do it all again. Oh, that's a lot more comfortable. Managed to drive all the way home with the seatbelt too high. Obviously, because of my size, I have the seat down in the lowest and most rearward position, and the seatbelt thingy was at its highest position, so I was kind of garrotting myself. Didn't even notice. Anyway, done now. Yeah, this is very nice. Oh good, a tractor up ahead. Splendid. Yeah, so that was a bad start to the morning. The weekend and then yesterday all caught up with me, so I've kind of been good for nothing today. I edited the daily diary, which of course was a pretty long one, given that yesterday was a pretty long day. Oh, here we go. I think that one of the things I really like about this car is that it's something of a folly and really makes no sense in many ways. Now, there were plans from long before to fit the 400 with the 2.5 litre KV6 engine. And for one reason and another, that never happened. Now, by the time that this fellow came along, then it made zero sense to make this car. Really quite substantial alterations to the platform were needed to accommodate the KV6, and that meant money. And it was money that the Rover group or Phoenix Consortium really didn't have, and that money should have been better spent on developing their oh hello, big lump. Yeah, that money should have been better spent on developing their more mundane day-to-day better selling models. So why they chose to throw a load of money at this as a kind of folly exercise is beyond me. And of course they did a very similar thing with the 75 and the V8. Again, it was from a business point of view pretty much madness. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm jolly pleased they did it. I've no idea whether I'll ever own a V8. Probably not. It's wouldn't be right up there on my list, to be honest. Whereas this, I'm absolutely delighted to own, and this will be very much a cherished possession. But yeah, it shouldn't really exist in the first place. And despite the fact that it clearly does exist, I'm not driving my imagination at the moment. Again, it doesn't really make sense on any single level. It's kind of refined, and yet it isn't refined. The engine is very refined, but there's quite a lot of road noise and quite a lot of wind noise, and the suspension and ride is not actually that refined. It's a little bit the other way, a little bit skittery and firm and skittish. It is, yeah, it's skittish. It's refined inside, in many ways. In other ways, it's really quite old-fashioned and harking back to Hondas of the late 80s and early 90s. It's a weird mix, and it's difficult to see exactly who it would appeal to. Now, if I recall correctly, the company car market was a big thing at the time, and this was never going to appeal to the company car market, or not a big sway to it. You know, maybe the sales manager would be able to aspire to one of these. So who was it aimed at? Maybe would Richard and Hyacinth Bouquet have driven one of these? Maybe, or would they have driven a more humble model? Hello, what's going on here? It's not particularly quick in terms of being a 2-litre V6. The 0 to 60 comes in at 9.5 seconds, and I'm not sure at the top speed off the top of my head, somewhere in the 120s, I would imagine. Now, and it's quite weird how it deals with the speed as well. You can rev this, you can rev it with the gearbox in Tiptronic on a manual basis. You can put the gearbox into sport, and I did that a couple of times last night, but it doesn't suit the car's characteristics. As I was talking to Mustard about this earlier today, and I can't remember his exact words. He said it was something like forcing a middle-aged respectable man in a business suit to run the 100 yards dressed as a clown, or something along that. I mean, it just feels inappropriate and unnecessary. You know, if you apply the throttle to a moderate amount, the car will make very decent progress, and it will make quite a nice noise while it's doing it, and it'll guzzle up your fuel. So, yeah, where does it sit? Why would you buy this rather than a Rover 75? I don't know, except I know that I would. Well, in a way I have. It is a handsome thing, isn't it? It's Tuesday night, and that means onions. I might just have a bit of fun tonight and do a timed run home in this thing. Might be interesting. Right, my lovelies, here we go. Oh, for God's sake. Keep forgetting about that. Rice is very, very nice. Pilau rice is very, very nice. Garlic rice is very nice, but coconut rice is shit. Person in front obviously had an old school paper driving license, and when he got it, it said tear down dotted line. So he's torn down every bloody dotted line going. Now remember that according to the rules I do have to stick to the speed limit here. I've got 2 wine bottles sliding about on the back seat. Lewis Hamilton doesn't have to put up with that sort of shit. Bloody hell. Where's all this traffic coming from? speed limit again, my lovelies. Residential area. We're not going to be silly here. It's only a bit of fun. Although, I think I did take it a bit seriously in Shison. That time's not going to be beaten anytime soon, I tell you that. Big Steve could come along in his big old TVR and he's not going to beat that Shison time. Fucking, he's been chucking crap out of their car. Bloody kids. Hate that. Okay, stay green for me, stay green for me, stay green for me. Fuck it, that's close enough to green. Wine and noodles going all over the place. Don't turn left, don't turn left, don't turn left. Oh, you would, wouldn't you? Honourable Bridge. Right, and that's tonight's effort. Oh, no, he's going. Good lad. Let's have a furdle into sport, shall we? Oh, God. Bloody hell, Dickie Dido. Steady on, old chap. Thanks, mate. Bad doing this. I feel as if I'm putting him through a really undignified process. Not a Mark II Jag designed for getaway jobs in bank robberies. It's more of a oh god, I'm taking it out of sport. It's just not a dignified noise for him to be making. Bless him. He's not a screamer, he's not a point and squirter. It's supposed to be I guess a kind of medium-sized executive-ish family car that just has a little bit more grunt than usual. It's actually rather good fun. Say what you will about a 45. The chassis doesn't half handle well. Oh, that's much better out of sport. It's not seemly for him to be revving like that. It's like asking Brian Blessed to sing contralto. not going mad and overtaking. On a road like this, you're never entirely sure how people are going to react, especially at night. And there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to risk putting this splendid fellow into a ditch. So we shall simply waft home in normal drive behind this car, and the time will be what it will be, but it will be a very dignified time indeed. That's what it'll be. I'm not accelerating flat out, and I'm not genuine. I'm driving this car the way it's damn well designed to be driven. We won't come last anyway. We've got to be quicker than Derek, surely. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. In fact, what I might do is I'll put this in the middle of the diary rather than doing it as a standalone thing. and stop the clock if you'd be so kind. Thank you so much. Well, I don't care if that wasn't the quickest time, and it won't be, not by a long chalk. That was very enjoyable. Both myself and Dicker Dum Dum here enjoyed that. Slightly dignified, at times less dignified. Oh, what should we call that? What should we call that? A kind of a trot. I'd say we trotted home. Oh hello, fuel lights, come on. Dear me, just like the go-go juice, this chap. Right, that's it. I better get in and do a live stream. It's 2 AM. I'm about to eat supper. I'm very hungry. I'm a tiny weeny bit tipsy, and I've got Clarkson's Farm on the iPad. And God is in his heaven, somewhere up there, and all is well with the world. Good night from me and Dicky Dido, or Dicker Dum Dum, or Sir Richard Morris. Have a safe and peaceful night, darlings. Take care. See you next time.